With all of the screens and apps and devices that we have access to these days, is there a place for analog tools like pen and paper? In this video, I'm going to make the case for the analog alongside the digital tools that you already use. Hello, I'm Dr. Richard McKinnon. I'm a workplace psychologist, and on this channel, I share insights from the world of psychology to help you be your best self at work. Technology is not inherently problematic. It's a tool, and the way that we use it is what really matters. However, we can become a little bit over-reliant on those tools, and they can in fact get in the way of us getting the stuff done that's important to us. Excessive screen time can really tire us out. When we reach for that device to do something important, we can easily get distracted by what we see on screen. And of course, the notifications that seem to consistently and endlessly ping and beep from these devices can take us away from what we're trying to get done. So while they're not problematic in and of themselves, we might find ourselves using them in a way that doesn't help us get the right stuff done. There's a fundamental problem here, which is letting the technology direct our attention, whether it's through the attractive interface, the multitude of apps, the beeps and bangs and whistles that come through our notifications, or just the complexity of them. We can let the thing in our hand, the mobile phone, the tablet, tell us what to do instead of the other way around. It's not our fault. They're designed to do this. So what are we going to do if we're not going to use them? So let me share with you some of the reasons that I think analog can be useful. I mean, first of all, analog gets us a break from screens, and I think it's fair to say we all spend a lot of time in front of screens, not just at work. In fact, when we finished work, we often find ourselves relaxing with a different screen. It's still a screen. So pen and paper helps us avoid staring into that screen. Analog helps us slow down, because no matter how much we try, we can't write as fast as we think. So it really forces us to slow our thinking and gather our thoughts. We can also be as creative and flexible as we like with pen and paper because there are no rules. The functionality of a notebook is just limited by the number of pages in it. Seeing our thoughts as objects on the page enables us to do something with them. They're less likely to be spinning around in our minds, and now we can see them for what they are, and we can decide what we want to do with them. Really importantly, analog encourages unitasking rather than multitasking. So rather than switching fast as you like between different apps or even looking at two screens in quick succession, we just focus on one thing, the page in front of us. And that is a welcome break from the exhausting, anxiety-inducing habit of trying to do many things at once. But you don't need to invest in anything expensive or complex to do this. You need paper and a pen or pencil. I myself, I use a simple black notebook that was gifted to me, so I didn't even have to go out and buy this. And this is a pen I found myself using daily recently that I got in a 100 yen store in Tokyo about 4 years ago, and it's still going, so it cost me less than 80 pence. This isn't about the equipment. This isn't about the tools. This is about getting away from the screens, the apps, and the interruptions. It's about using something that can't interrupt you. It's about using a notebook that can't run out of battery, that can't notify you, and that can't show you information that you don't want to see. In fact, the cheaper the pen and the paper, the less likely you're going to find it a barrier to actually using. Maybe you're one of those people who's opened a beautiful new notebook and then got stuck with the anxiety of, what will this first page look like? It needs to be perfect. Ignore that, crack on, right. We are creating solutions. We are making notes. We are making lists. We are not creating art. We are not creating something for the ages that's going to be passed down like an heirloom. Don't get stuck looking for perfection. Get the pen in your hand on the page and start it moving. So if you find yourself a little bit overwhelmed with lots to do, lots to think about, and lots of notifications from your devices, grab some paper, grab a pen, sit down somewhere quiet and use these devices to clear your mind and get it all out on the page. I'd love to hear how you use pen and paper, and if you don't, I'd love to hear if you're up for experimenting with it for a change. This is not to replace your digital life. I use these alongside task management app and a calendar and all of that stuff. It's about getting a break from it occasionally and using it with intention. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already so you get notified about new content that I'll upload regularly. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.